Alright guys, so welcome back to Littles and Loving It. I know my setup might be a little strange, but I am going to be changing that soon. But I did want to go ahead and get started here. So today I'm going to be showing you guys just how to build the nail with builder gel. We're only going to be doing one nail. I've already glued the tip onto my nail. We're going to be doing a square nail here. We're going to be using the IBD builder gel in the pink. Builder gel can be you'll also hear be referred to as hard gel. And so this is what we have. It's pink color. It's like a fleshy, nudie pink color. And then we have our brush here. So for builder gel, I actually use the back of the brush here. It makes it so much easier for the product to move around, seeing as how it does have a molasses-like consistency. It can get stuck to the brush and just make it very difficult to move around. Also, when you use a brush, see this brush is square, it makes it really difficult to get a round ball of product. So we are going to be taking the back of the brush here, and if we were working on a actual person, or if we were working on ourselves, you would put the bonder on and then you would cure that for 60 seconds. Of course, we're working on a mannequin and we don't want to waste our product, so we're just gonna skip the bonder portion of this. So we'll take a small bead. We're working in small beads here, you guys. So I have a very small bead here. I hope you can see it well. And so what I do is I just take the bead and wipe it onto the nail, and I spin the brush to take the product off of the brush and put it onto the nail. And then what you want to do is take your product and move it in a circular motion and move it towards the cuticle, but you don't actually want to put it on the cuticle. If you put your product on your cuticle when you're working with an actual hand, what you're going to do is cause lifting and your nails aren't going to last. So you're going to just work in a circular motion and push it back. And we're working in just very small beads, you guys. Very, very small beads. So after pushing the product back, we want to pull it down towards the free edge of the nail. And it's helpful if you take your hand and face it downwards. That way the product will kind of move down. And in order to move this product, you want to continue to move your hands in a circular motion. Okay, I'm going to get another small little bead so that we can take it the remainder of the way down the nail. Just a very small bead. Get that product onto the nail and work our way down. And then from here, you guys, we're going to cure this for 60 seconds under our LED lamp. Okay. Alright, so our nail has cured for 60 seconds, and now we're going to put a second layer on here. I usually try to do no more than 2 layers, but sometimes I end up doing 3. It's no biggie. So I'm going to take a little bit of a bigger bead here, and I'm going to build the apex, and then I'm just going to bring the product down. Now, your apex is going to be like the last kind of 1/3 of the nail, and you want it to be thicker than the rest of the nail, and that is going to also be something that helps keep your nail from breaking. So once you've laid your product here, you want to make sure you're filling in any gaps that you may have. what you're gonna do to build a nice apex with this builder gel is you're actually going to take your hand and turn it upside down like this, and the gel is gonna kind of pull this way, and I can tell I'm gonna have to do another layer to build that apex really well how I want it. But it's gonna pull this way and it's gonna build the apex for you. So you're gonna hold it upside down, and then we're gonna cure it for 60 seconds. And I will get a close-up to show you guys the apex when we're finished. Alright guys, so I have cured the nail, and so with gel or builder gel or hard gel, it leaves a sticky layer on the nail. So you'll need to take either some acetone or some alcohol and a lint-free wipe or a paper towel. You do not want to use tissue. And you're just gonna put some acetone on your paper towel. I have a paper towel, and just wipe the nail off. And you want to do this before you start filing. So you just wipe, and then we're gonna get into filing. And this nail is shaped pretty good, so I shouldn't have to do too much filing. I thought initially I was gonna have to do more filing, but it doesn't really look like I'm gonna have to do much filing here. Okay. So this is the off and on button. So right now it's off. Turn it on and you have the green light there. This button is going to have it either turn left or right. If you're right-handed and you're going across the nail from your right to your left, this little nozzle, let me see, this little nozzle should be facing up. And then this is going to control your speed. Okay. And for filing, honestly, you guys, it just takes some time getting used to. You're just going to have to take your mannequin and practice. It took me a minute to get used to filing. So the first thing I like to do, my nail is actually pretty smooth, so I'm just going to start filing around the sidewalls to take the product off of the sidewalls and to make sure that everything is very round. This may be a little difficult to do on camera, but we're gonna work it out. File around, and I'm just filing with a standing band. My nail is pretty smooth, so I don't have a lot of lumps and bumps. You don't want to file too much at the free edge because I already put the product on here very thin, so you really don't want to file too much at the free edge. If it's thicker down here, then you can file more. But if it's not, you want to be careful because you don't want it to be too thin. And then I just file across. My nail is actually pretty darn smooth. Hardly any lumps and bumps. And that's because I held it upside down and really let it pull and level out. Because your builder gel is it's kind of like self-leveling. And if you aren't comfortable with using a e-file, this can be done also with a with a just a regular hand file. You guys, it really looks like this is all of the filing you'll actually have to do, which is great. That wasn't much at all. And then I'm gonna take my nail file and just shape the edges, get like a crisper edge. You just file it in like a downward motion. You want to hold on to the nail because you don't. When you filing someone and their nails doing like that, it hurts. So, yeah. And then to get a really clean shape at the edge, at the free edge, you also want to file downward. So you file over, across, and then you file down. And not lastly, but okay. And then your kind of final step before you polish would be to buff. Now you guys, buffing the nail is really important because all of these, I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but all of these little lines and ridges that the file created, if you polish this, you're gonna see all of that and it's gonna look a mess. So you wanna buff your nail out really good. Like, sometimes I go buff crazy, okay? You know, buff. And this looks so pretty. You're gonna make sure you buff around the cuticle, but you wanna try not to buff someone's actual skin or your own skin, since we're doing our own nails. And then you want to feel it. When it feels nice and smooth to the touch, that's when you know you buffed well. Okay. And then you can either take a brush or just some acetone again, or alcohol, and just wipe off the excess dust. I'm just going to use alcohol. Alright. And this is your nail, you guys. This is how you build the nail. I'm going to put a top coat over it, just to make sure we can see it good in the camera. Let's see what we're working with. Alright guys, now for the most satisfying part of all for me, which is applying the top coat, I just have this little cheap top coat from Walmart, and I'm just going to top coat the nail. And I just love this color, you guys. It's so pretty. You can use a regular top coat, you can use a gel top coat. That really doesn't matter. It's just all a preference. Just remember, if you use a gel top coat, it has to be soaked or filed off. And that is our nail. Ooh, I'm about to spill the polish. That is our nail, you guys. I'm gonna give a different angle, but this is how you build your nail. I want to show you guys the apex and the C curve and all that good stuff. Alright guys, so now that we are finished and we built our first nail, I wanted to show you guys the different angles of this nail and show you some of the things that I meant when I talked about the apex and the C curve and all that. So this is our nail that we built. I think we did quite a good job. So for starters, the lighting is kind of washing, there we go, it's kind of washing out. So this is our nail, very pretty. So if you can tell, the nail kind of if you start from the cuticle, which will be back here, and work your way forward towards the free edge, the nail slightly goes like that, right? So this back 1/3 is where I put more product, and I turned the hand over like this, and it kind of pulled down, and that is how we created our apex. And that's what I mean. And you always want to have an apex. The apex is what's going to give your nail strength, so it's not just going to pop off. So you have your apex there. And I even, like, looking at the nail now, I even could have did an even bigger apex. You want it to look natural, but I could have did an even bigger apex. But you see the nail isn't just completely flat. And then our free edge here is thin, a lot thinner than the back 1/3. And then if you look at the nail from this angle, we have, let's see, we have what's called the C curve, and you can see right, where is it at? Right here, how it makes a C curve, almost like the letter C. And so over the top, it's just a very slight hump. There we go. And that is your C curve, and you can see it's very thin at the tip there. You can make it a little thicker if you would like. But that's pretty much it, you guys. So if you followed along with this video, then congratulations on building your first nail using builder gel. We will have more videos to come. We'll be doing different shapes. We'll also be incorporating nail art. But first, I just wanted to get you guys building the nail. So I hope you like this video. I hope you find it informative and helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in another video. Deuces.